Hey everybody, welcome back. We've done a couple of Tigris streams. I think we're very successful in showing and showcasing what Tigris can do. With my 40-minute extravaganza that I did yesterday, and at this time will be the first video on our library, I wanted to try to really delve into different masters. So with that card pack, I had only at this time only bought one card pack. So I don't have all the cards, but I'm working on it. But I can show you some great builds with the characters. And I reached champion with Shen and Tigris with basic cards. Nothing more than commons and the cards you get the game. And everybody can do that too, as long as you play it right, which we saw in the first two Tigris tutorials, how to play aggressively with her. Now this will be a little different. I went ahead and I'm going to do this one on Poe. Poe, you need a little more cards, I think, to be as successful. Or it's a different build, different style than Tigris altogether. So we're going to look at that. Poe, just to give you an idea what that means, is my son came up with this brilliant name combining Poe, who is, well, we know who Poe is, and Boraicho, a character from Mortal Kombat, also kind of a drunken monk, and it came Boraicho, and they used that in World of Warcraft. Side note, but at least you know what the name comes from. All right, so with this one, the key to this one as opposed to Tigris is building health, being more defensive, more control, talked about in the glossary. You see the Hungry Hog. It heals. Big health. Heals next to it. Musical Malice, big health. Butterfingers, big health. The Hooved Helper adds health. You're going to see a theme. And of course, if you've seen the stream, you know that I don't have Buddy Bowman because they're just too good. Desert Dealer. Big health. And here's where I talked about theme decks. Whenever a friendly character is healed, draw a card. It goes with the theme of healing. Feline Flutist, return 1 health. You get the idea. When you build a theme deck, you want to have kind of consistency. And it all comes around this noodle card. What does it do? It heals health. Proud Brewer adds health. Safety Goat, big health minion. As I'm still going with the building the deck and tweaking it, excuse me, I have some direct damage spells like Squash. And the key to that when I say big health is that every minion has over 3 health, like we talked about in the tutorial. 3 health is very, very key. 3 health gives you the ability to survive a direct attack by the warrior, which we saw in the Tigris video. That keeps them from just being able to push through with their warrior and hit you with big minions. It makes them wait. So high health is over 3 health, in my opinion. And then, of course, the more, the better. And there's that legendary. I just have to have him because, you know, he's legendary. Tramplehorn, one of my favorite cards of all time. I think even almost as powerful as that legendary. He's a common. And Triple Threat, Poe's legendary. It spews out minion, which gives you defense. And it does what? It heals itself, all part of the theme. So when you build in a deck, that's what you're looking for. This is a little bit more advanced tutorial. This is more into the deeper strategies of building a more complex deck. Not to say that aggro isn't complex. Aggro is very good. To be a good aggro player, like with Tigris, you have to know when to attack and when not to attack. But mostly attack because you're aggro. With Poe and Mantis and Monkey and Viper, you need to put a little more. Thought in your deck building in terms of making it control. Control is a harder deck to build, harder to do, and sometimes you are just going to lose to aggro decks like Tigris. Shen is an interesting case because Shen, you can kind of go fast, you can kind of go control. He's more of what's called mid-range. And what Shen does is because he has that red firework, or red emblem, excuse me, he can neutralize all the control decks. Well, let's get into control here. Let's get into Poe, and hopefully we have a good experience online. And I'm still tweaking it, but it's in a really good place. I have not lost with it yet. Of course, saying that, I probably will lose this time. But even in losses, don't get discouraged. You learn from losses. You learn from all the time you play, and you get better from doing it. So here we go. We'll take this out. I've been working with it. A health Poe deck kind of goes with his cards. I'm still trying to find, I think, the right balance between spells and characters. But we'll see what we can come up with here. I love these silhouettes in this loading screen. And one thing about my web-based my videos is that they're all live. I mean, I don't cut them. If I lose, I lose. But I'm gonna, like I said, you're gonna learn. And here I am going against a level 25 Poe player. So maybe he can watch back on this stream and learn something, or maybe he can teach me something. I learned from wins, I learned from defeat. So just because he's ranked 25, remember, never underestimate your opponent and always treat him with respect and dignity. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take those cards. They're iffy kind of cards. I always love my Bunny Bowman, gotta have it. But I was able to draw my pig and turn it. Nothing I can do right now. And the Bunny Bowman is a counterattack situation. You don't. I mean, obviously he needs to get his benefit. You want to play him after the opponent has something on the board. And here we go. He's calling out some thunder here. Let's see what we got. He's really okay. So he used his coin to call out nothing. He was just teasing us. I like where he's going. He's playing a higher level strategy. He's like, I have a coin. Here comes something. Nothing's coming in your face. Okay, so we are going to have to respect this opponent. So we're going to play out our pig here. Now, I can put him in guard because I want him to guard, but I'm trying to kind of slide this by him. I don't want him to take initial damage right off the bat, so I'm just going to put him out there and like in disguise, I call it, to where he's not really committed, not attacking, I'm not defending. Maybe the opponent will be like, what is this? What is this pig doing? It's kind of what I'm hoping. Because I want him to be at full health to get the benefit of him healing my minions. So next turn, if he does not go away, I will play this, which gives him more health. Kind of my thought. Musical Mollusk, great card, early game. Look at that, high health pool. We talked about 4 health. It's great. It did 2 damage to me, and it's still on the board. This is a good card. Now we get to see the Bunny Bowman go to work because it has 2 health. And guess what the Bunny Bowman is going to do? So, gives you early game board presence. But I'm all about board presence. You've probably figured that out by now. I've said it a few times. So here we go. I am waiting for him to make his next move. There we go. And this is a great card. So I'm going to play the Bunny Bowman. Bunny Bowman does what the Bunny Bowman does. First scroll here for Poe. Guess what it does? It adds 1 health. So I get my pig pumped up, get my Bunny Bowman pumped up, and I get to do what? Draw a card. So the theme starts to turn. You'll start to see the theme really work. And guess what I got? A card that restores health. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him in guard. I'm going to attack with him. You might be wondering, why would you do that? It's 1 damage. Because the pig, once the pig gets attacked, he's going to heal that minion. So why not? Just do a little chip damage. This deck is by no means fast. This deck is not going to overwhelm you with speed. This deck is going to build a board, keep that board alive, and just wear you down. At least in theory. So he heals for 5. It's always a solid play. Let's see what he does here. He's going to attack the pig. You can't blame him. Maybe he's hungry. And look what happens. Attacks the pig. Bunny Bowman gets stronger. And the pig is a 1/4. And guess what's coming out next? Combo piece. So right here, I have 4 mana. So I want to keep that pig alive. I play this. The pig gets stronger. So now he's back to a 1/5. Put him in guard. Guess what I do here? I attack. Start pushing a little bit of damage. Why did I attack? Because they're going to get healed next turn by the pig. And should something terrifying come out, like a big creature, you see that I don't have a big creature right now. That to me is the best thing he could have done. That card doesn't do anything, doesn't threaten me, and it gives me a turn to get more board presence. So right there, he attacks the pig, boom, more health for my guys. Which then combos into this next card, because this next card is one of the key pieces of my set. The Contortionist. Every time one of my characters is healed, and how many times that happened already, he gets +1 attack. So we start to see pieces come into play here. I'm going to make sure I have more health to my pig, because my pig is the catalyst, or what gets the engine started. Keep him at a high health. Let him do what he does by constantly attacking. I want to take away this guy, because I'm not worried about health, because what happens, the more creatures that are at a lower health pool, when the pig heals them, the stronger this guy's going to be. So right there, we're just going to keep on going. Now look at that. You talk about, remember how I told you, I kind of said this was going to happen. Look at my board. Look at his board. It's not fast. By turn 5 or turn 6 in Tigris, this game would have already been over. But here, I'm just developing a board. And see, he healed himself, and my contortionist got stronger. So we're going to keep on going with that theme. And here we go. Now he is kind of wondering what to do. The Hungry Hippo really can't really hurt anything of mine right now. He could put an equipment on it. So we'll see. And usually what happens when I win with this deck is that they will eventually exhaust all their cards trying to get through my defenses. Yeah, it's too late. Now right now it looks like he's winning. He's up by 6, but look at the board. Again, it's a slow-paced deck, requires a lot of strategy, requires a lot of forethought. There's my buddy Bowman. Now here comes my big guy. Love this guy. He just comes in there, goes right there, one of the biggest offensive pieces, and because he has Swift, he can guard. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hit with him. It puts me in range, a little bit of danger in terms of getting hit with Poe's major ability. I'm going to go ahead and attack with this, clear some of the board. I have more board than I need. And just keep the pressure on and have that. Now, Poe's major ability would really hurt me here because it does 3 damage to everything, which would clear my board, which would be bad, except for my big attack. But I have this guy right here that'll help me retake the board. There we go. Now that's a card that depends on what he does here. If he attacks my Rhino, I will get to show you even more value for the Bunny Bowman. So we'll see what he does. He sent out a taunt to me. I don't know exactly what that did. And he made my guy stronger. So we all learn. We're learning stage. He's ranked 25. Maybe he's new to the game. It wasn't a particularly bad play. It wasn't a good play, but he can learn from it. So now he's kind of in a conundrum of what do I do? He attacks. He gets rid of my minion, but he's at 2 health. And guess who I have coming? That's why I like this card, because it just gets me out of tough spots all the time. But could play him right away, but here's a combo piece right here. The Scroll Eater comes out first, and this is why I attacked earlier, so that I have 2 cards I could play. Now I'll bring out this guy, which puts the Scroll Eater gives me a food. Every time I play a minion now I get a food, which usually heals. In this case it didn't, but c'est la vie. Now we do the math. I have 5, 7, 8, 10 damage on board. He has 13. I could really do some damage in here. And I am going to do that because I have another one of these in here. I'm just going to go directly to face, put pressure on him, and keep the pressure up. I have my bunny protecting my legendary goat. I've got Stinky Tofu. If he brings out something big, it will neutralize it. And look how fast this game, well not fast, but look how this game has turned. I was at a 20-something health pool. He was at a little higher. Now he's down to 4, and I'm still at 20. So right there, he could not get through my bunny. That's the benefit of having 3 health. Right there illustrated for you. He's got to use another minion that he doesn't want to clear that out, which keeps my Scroll Eater alive. And that's the benefit of 3 health. 3 health is the key. And now you got to see that illustrated for you. He killed the bunny. Bunny did more than his job. If he commits to this attack, he leaves himself open, and it's over. So, okay, he committed to the attack, the game's over. If he would have held back, which would have been the correct move there, he would have had some defense. Could I have gotten through it? Yes, I could have. I would have just used this card, which clears out everything. And we'll just go ahead and, I'm not going to prolong this guy's suffering, so we're just going to go ahead and end it. And there's the Poe deck. I hope you saw a little bit illustrate of control versus aggro. If you want a further illustration, watch the Tigris deck. Watch the different styles. Watch complete aggression versus control. Watch how that plays out. it's a good contrast. And Shen would be right there in the middle. It'd be kind of like both of them. And I got my foil feathered foodie. Say that 3 times fast. Excuse me. Here we go. So again, that is what a theme deck does. A theme deck will be built around a singular idea. In this case, health gain. And it's always something you want to tweak. It's done very well against aggro decks. It's done very well against control decks. It's done very well in general. The only deck that it has lost to was a very solid Shen deck that got Red Emblem out, and that just destroys my board presence. So something you gotta look out for in terms of if you want to build a really good Poe deck. Now there's other ways you can build a Poe deck. That's just how I've currently built mine, just with a very good health regen beneficial system. You could do more of a board clear Poe, where you have a lot of his attacking cards like Squash, great card. Full Bruntal Damage, great card. Clears out minions. You hide behind some health in your noodle cart and do some damage. Feat of Fury is phenomenal. 7 damage split among everything. That's really strong. So you could do a lot of different things, and some of his cards have spillover, which means it attacks something we talked about in the glossary, and then the damage that goes over what it was needed goes to something else. So there's always a build Poe. Please tell me how you want me to build a Poe deck. Tell me if you want to build a different Poe deck. You want me to try to do a aggro Poe deck. I haven't tried it, but I probably could do it. Tell me what you want. I want to keep this stream and this YouTube channel for you guys. What do you want to see? How do you want to see Kung Fu Panda expanded on? Let me know, and I'll do it. And I'll teach you how to do it. And I can make anybody a master card player. All I have to do is watch my streams, watch my videos, and you can do it. I'm Shifu of the Cards. Please like and subscribe to this channel. It's been my pleasure talking to you today. If you have any questions, any comments, leave them for me, and I'll get back to you right away. Hope you all have a great day.